What's up, Cowboys Nation? Welcome back to Cowboys News TV, your go-to source for everything Dallas Cowboys. I'm Dave, and today, we're diving deep into a post-game comment that's raised a lot of eyebrows from running back Rico Dowdle. His response after the Cowboys' blowout loss to the New Orleans Saints gives us a window into what might be a bigger issue for the Cowboys' offense. So sit tight, because we're going to break it all down and see what this could mean for the Cowboys moving forward. But before we jump in, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Your support is helping us close in on our goal of 11,000 subscribers, and we appreciate every one of you. Now, let's talk about Sunday's game against the New Orleans Saints. It wasn't just a loss, it was a blowout. The Saints looked unstoppable, scoring a touchdown on 6 consecutive drives. And while a lot of fingers are being pointed at the Cowboys' defense, we can't ignore what went wrong on the offensive side of the ball. One glaring issue? The running game. The Cowboys averaged just 3.2 yards per attempt, and no running back managed an explosive run. Ezekiel Elliott and Deuce Vaughn both averaged under 3 yards per carry. Ugly, right? But the real story here is what Rico Dowdle said after the game. When asked about the identity of the Cowboys' running back group, his answer was, let's just say, less than inspiring. Dowdle responded, I wouldn't say, right now. I wouldn't really have an answer for that question. We haven't had a lot of at-bats at the plate. Cowboys Nation, let's take a second. How do you feel about that answer? Are you worried that we don't even know our identity yet on offense? Drop your thoughts in the comments and vote in our poll on what you think the Cowboys' offensive identity should be. I get that Dowdle's probably thinking, hey, it's only week 2. We've got time to figure it out. And that's true, but here's the problem. Most of the top teams in the NFL already know what they want to do on offense, especially when it comes to the running game. For the Cowboys, to not have a clear idea of who they are this late into the season is a red flag. We saw this same issue last year after the Cowboys lost to the San Francisco 49ers, when CeeDee Lamb bluntly admitted he didn't know the offense's identity. After that, the Cowboys had to revamp their entire approach. Now here we are again, in 2024, and it seems like not much has changed. Dowdle's answer is even more concerning when you consider the Cowboys' struggles in the running game last season. Mike McCarthy's team didn't fix the ground game in 2023, and here we are, still searching for answers. That's just not where you want to be if you're serious about competing in the NFC. But what do you think, Cowboys Nation? Should the Cowboys have already figured out their offensive identity by now? And how much do you blame coaching for these continued issues in the run game? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like this video if you agree that this is a problem. Dowdle did go on to say, it's September, we've got a lot of football to play. As the season goes along, we'll define what our identity is more. But here's the thing, in an ideal world, the Cowboys would have figured this out in the offseason, not 2 games into the regular season. And while there's still time, there's not that much time. The NFL moves fast, and the Cowboys need to start moving faster when it comes to establishing a clear offensive identity. So what's really at stake here? Well, if the Cowboys don't sort out their running game soon, they're going to struggle all season long. We've already seen how a lack of identity can derail an offense, and you don't have to look far back in Cowboys history to see it. Last year's team had to rely too heavily on Dak Prescott's arm because the run game just wasn't there. Do we really want a repeat of that in 2024? Cowboys Nation, what do you think? Should the Cowboys lean more into the passing game and accept that the run game just isn't there yet? Or do you think they can turn it around and find their groove on the ground? Drop your opinions in the comments, and let's keep the conversation going. Now, let's talk about what needs to happen next. The Cowboys' running game is in desperate need of a spark. Whether that comes from Rico Dowdle stepping up, Ezekiel Elliott finding his old form, or even a breakout performance from Deuce Vaughn, something has to change. The good news is that the talent is there. Dowdle led the team in rushing with 30 yards on Sunday, but that's not going to be enough if the Cowboys want to keep pace with teams like the 49ers or the Eagles later in the season. The other issue is the play calling. Mike McCarthy's play calling hasn't exactly lit up the scoreboard, especially when it comes to the run game. Last year's ground attack was lackluster, and we're seeing more of the same so far this season. If the Cowboys are serious about fixing their offense, they might need to reconsider how they're approaching the run game. And that brings us back to the identity question. If the Cowboys don't know who they are offensively, how can they expect to be consistent? Right now, it seems like they're still searching for that answer, and that's not a great place to be when you're already 2 weeks into the season. But Cowboys Nation, let's hear from you. Do you think the Cowboys can fix their run game, or is it already too late? And what would you do if you were Mike McCarthy? Run more? Pass more? Make some changes in the lineup? Let's get your takes in the comments section. At the end of the day, the Cowboys need to figure things out fast. The schedule isn't getting any easier, and if they want to compete with the best teams in the NFC, they need a reliable run game to balance out their offense. Dak Prescott can't do it all by himself, and if the running backs don't step up soon, this season could spiral out of control. But, as Dowdle said, there's still a lot of football left to play. Let's hope the Cowboys figure out who they are before it's too late. Before we wrap up, just a quick reminder to subscribe to Cowboys News TV if you haven't already. We're on the road to 11,000 subscribers, and with your help, we can get there even faster. If you enjoy these deep dives into all things Cowboys, hit that subscribe button and don't forget to enable notifications so you never miss an update. Your support means the world to us, and it helps us continue bringing you the best Cowboys content on YouTube. That's going to do it for today, Cowboys Nation. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to keep the conversation going in the comments. Let's hear your thoughts on Rico Dowdle's post-game comments, the Cowboys' run game struggles, and what needs to happen next. We'll be back with more updates and analysis as the season rolls on, so stay tuned, and as always, go Cowboys!